Hey Chuck, why's your Jeep disassembled? This is why. Did you just laugh in the video? Like,
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. All right, babe. Why do you have all this stuff out of your Jeep?
just wanted to change colors where it's gonna be green next time.
No, it's not.
No, it's busted. Things have bent, broken, expired, need updating, need upgrading. So I took it apart. I already have a bunch of new parts. I have some on the way. I still have some decisions to make, but that's where we're at right now. Is it's kind of busted. Start with interior. I had some seat mounts that a friend made it for me a while back. They weren't exactly the safest. They were kind of more of a temporary solution. Temporary being they were 5 years ago. So time for to definitely fix those, upgrade those. The wiring, I had some wiring issues that I needed to fix. I'm gonna fix those as well. The kids are getting bigger. Also need to move their seats around. They're a little close to the bar, so we're gonna do that as well.
Okay. So tell me what you've been doing.
So I've been working on the roll cage. We've been using the wire wheel and acetone to get the paint ready to put some more paint on it.
Okay. Been taking care of some dents and dings.
Yeah, some dents and dings, some rust marks, some of everything from the East Coast, and for however long since it's been since we last painted this.
Why do you not want rust on your vehicle?
Because rust can spread real easily, and rust wears parts out. It can break parts. It makes parts
Disappear.
disappear and more weak.
What'd your dad say yesterday about the rust that was under the paint?
So normally with like rust, you just see like a little mark, and you would think, oh, it's just a little mark. But when you actually use like the grinder wheel, well, wire wheel, it actually is a bigger mark.
There's a lot more rust under there than you initially thought?
Yeah, because it gets under the paint.
Sweet. Well, you've been doing a good job.
Thank you.
So I mentioned the East Coast, and obviously I live down the street from Sand Hollow, so this Jeep sees a hard life. But also I went to Texas, and Texas was not very kind to my vehicle. As you can tell, I have one corner, cut to rollover footage.
Oh God, move Carlos!
I have one corner that I sauced doing some stupid maneuver in Wolf Caves. Actually, in fact, this wasn't even the rollover. No. This was the other side. This is the good side. Yeah. I simply backed into a rock.
Yeah.
That was the size of a small planet, and it didn't move.
Yeah.
This is what happened. These are steel corners, and they're gonna get replaced.
What's wrong with this corner?
I mean, honestly, not too much other than the corner's missing. As you can tell, I took the corner off already. A lot of people, this is the, shouldn't be showing people this, but here it is. There's the dead spot. There's my LJ lookalike, or whatever people want to call that. This was actually the rollover side. All I did is messed up this little corner. But I have already removed this corner and started prepping it for the next set. The other one actually has 2 bolts that are broken, so I have to cut those out. So that's why the other one's not off yet, or else they both look like this. Still in the middle of teardown. Still got a lot of ways to go, but luckily for me, I haven't really found too many things that are actually broken. Just some things that are bent and worn out. So no stress cracks, no frame cracks. So far we're doing good. It's just a bunch of worn out parts from being hard on it for years. So
fair enough.
Needs fixed.
Do you want to talk about what's next for plans for corners, or no?
So actually that's a good quick question. What are you doing for corners? So as of right now, I have 2 options. I'm either going to do another set of blanks, cut of fairly similar cut to this, make them work. They'll look similar. My other option is to go back to an actual comp cut, which comes way farther forward, and possibly put a smaller fender, just a little fender flare on it. My theory on that, not that I really like fender flares, it's not my jam, but it will add some rigidity back to this fender that is just one big flat piece. And if you look at the other one that's over there, it gets pretty thin because of how far it's cut.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
As far as what's happened under the hood, nothing.
Freaks.
For all you LS swappers out there, you know what's under the hood? Nada. It is staying a 4.0. It's honestly still a low miles 4.0. I have about 80,000 miles on it, which is not bad for these. They'll run forever. I am changing some other things though. The other side is crushed in. If you look at that pillar over there, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm thinking about changing up these front fenders. I have broken this one twice. So these are old school poison spider fender. Poison spider. These are old school poison spider fenders. I've had them since the initial build of the tons, if you will. I've cracked it twice. This one's cracked in a different spot. You can see right there. It's been good to me, but it's time to change it up. So I think I'm gonna go to something different. Here's another, like, you guys could help me out. Comment below. I'm looking at either doing the Moto Built set, which would be the 2-inch to match the rear, or Molnar Fabs, a smaller company. I think he's out of Indiana, just getting going. He makes an ultra high clearance fender, and I think that might be the option. I've been looking at them real hard. I don't think anybody's running them, so I might be the only one. So just something different.
Okay.
On top of that, to close it out, my hood is pretty well jacked up from my maneuver on Twister being me. So I'm at a crossroads. I either put a stock one on, cut it back out to the configuration I had before, or I'm gonna call up my buddy Chris Durham and see if he has a hood solution that works for me, because I know he makes a bunch of fiberglass deals. So
That's my vote.
yeah, I know. Yeah, you like the Durham stuff. So as far as front end, I am gonna move the lights around a bit. I do have to get a new windshield. I'll show you that here in a second. I did a number on the windshield and windshield frame. I am taking this front bumper off. We're going with a different bumper, different light configuration, maybe move some stuff around. I am gonna also, while I have this apart, do some maintenance on the hoses. Those hoses have been on there for 5-6 years now, just sitting there rubbing slowly. So I'm gonna redo all of my hydro hoses, all of my coolant stuff, and then work on a little bit of electrical under the hood as well.
Okay.
Another thing I recently upgraded and wanted to try out for a little while was some RPM steering links. I talked to Don. He gave me a good price on them, and so I ordered them up. I was supposed to have them on for EGS, but we didn't quite make it with the big rig. Obviously, there's a lot of issues, but I do have almost all of them on. I'm still missing the 2 uppers. They're sitting right here. I actually have the joints to do it. Just haven't put them in yet. I've wanted to give Curry joints a try for a long time, so just give them, see how they do. I don't know. I want to try something different. And man, these things turned out killer. They're huge. I went with the machine look, something different. I don't know. I like him so far. I've been a big fan of his for a long time. He makes some cool stuff, and hopefully I can do something cool with the suspension in a later project. So as I said, a lot of things are worn out. I mean, great example, my shift boot on my Atlas. The Atlas has been absolutely flawless, but things just wear out. So I have the interior completely torn apart, as you can see. Found a bunch of stuff in here that needed replacing or fixing. And maybe something cool, maybe something custom coming up. I've got some, let's say, fab tools that I ordered that I'm itching to try out. So
We'll see.
Maybe we'll do something custom here. We've got some time before our next event, so trying to figure out exactly how to make this thing as nice as it always should have been on the inside. Finally making creature comforts on the inside. So, and I'm also gonna put this this floor liner. It's Coolit. It is a acoustic and thermal barrier. I just did the front. Holy cow, did it make a difference? You can vouch for that. So I think we're gonna continue that all the way out to the back.
And then we talked about doing it on the metal roof.
Yep, and I will also, I'm gonna
here.
put a headliner and some on the roof as well because acoustics.
Hot
and yep.
summers.
So yeah, no, it's coming along. It looks kind of rough right now, but honestly, I think we tore it down in what, a couple hours?
Yeah.
Cleaning took a long time. It had a lot of East Coast mud. It had more sand than even you can freaking imagine. Literally everywhere. Still got a couple things to do, but in general, it's coming along. And this thing is going to be kick-ass and not too terribly long. Just a couple more things to figure out, a couple more things to order, and then we start paint prepping and putting back together.
I'd say it's been pretty weird because overall we don't spend this much time having a vehicle down. We like to go, play, but obviously things need to be done and cleaned, and
Yep.
both Jeeps need a little bit of love.
Yep. You can only do the play for so long before you need to stop and do maintenance and really some upgrades. This thing's been used hard for a long time, and we've done some upgrades, but it's time for another round.
Absolutely.
I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since the last time we've done a full 180 of it. So let's take it apart. Well, let's clean it, fix it, put it back together, and we'll see you on the mountain in no time.
Yeah. What else? What about the doors?
Doors. Not broken like the other set. Yeah, one of the last things we're gonna do is get some things wrapped, powder coated, and painted. Needs love. She's been beat up bad.
Looks like a bowl.
If anybody out there who knows how I can get this red onto this, I would love to know what that code is. I'm not good with, I can wrap stuff. I'm not good with finding the code. So if somebody can help me out there, that'd be awesome. If you can let me know exactly.
The wrap code, not the paint code.
Yeah, no, the paint code. I need to know the wrap code. I don't want to paint these. I seem to wreck these pretty much immediately. So I want to put a wrap on it. So if I ding it, I can fix it. And if it's busted, I can just throw it away because painting is expensive.
And I wrapped them last year before something, and literally everyone roasted us for them because they were the tiniest bit off.
Just one shade off. So I want to get it closer, but yes, everything is getting painted, powder coated, or wrapped, including the roof, all kinds of other things, except for these super sweet looking links. I'm not doing anything with them because they are absolutely gorgeous. So yes, things are getting changed that way, and that should be one of the last things we do before we hit the road.
Sweet. All right, so you got another pile of parts here.
And the never-ending land of projects that is this garage. Behind me, I have Josh's Jeep that I'm waiting on 2 electrical connections that decided to catch on fire 2 weeks ago. So that's in progress as well. And I have this pile of parts, which isn't really for me at all. That's for the lady behind the camera. But she is upgrading her 2013 JKU to a full Skyjacker suspension with their Adventure Series shocks. So yes, a pile of parts that also need installed, just sitting here patiently waiting.
Thank you, babe, and thank you to Skyjacker. Ember, can't stop itching.
Oh man, thank you.
What about having both Jeeps back going again?
Speaking of both Jeeps, actually,
yeah,
the ZJ is also has some things. As you can tell, I've been working on brackets. I've got a radius arm kit because this is the old radius arm from that. So I've got the new radius arm kit, which I've been squirreling away for years trying to get that done. So that is also in progress. And my teenager decided to wreck a car, so I'm also working on that because I have all vehicles need maintenance and love right now.
Currently.
Not even kidding.
Even one that's not ours needs maintenance and love. What's going over here with this pile of PRP parts and windshield and hood and all that kind of stuff? This
is my old interior, my hood, roof, windshield, doors. That's actually my full doors, the original doors. Seats are still in great shape. Harnesses are a little rough. They're dirty. It's been a long time on them, a couple years now. We've been putting away hard. Hood is completely waffled. Windshield is completely broken, and the mount, the windshield frame is also broken. Hood is crushed in the corner, roof is pushed in the corner, but we're not going to fix that. We're just going to wrap it and put it back on because that is literally what it was made for. And then the rest of it's just the interior pieces that I've got going. Oh, and the radio that's completely broken. So
completely waterlogged.
Yep. So
we have been kind of talking about some new seats.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on that?
I really like my seats, honestly.
I know, I do too.
Like maybe 2 weeks ago was when we passed 3 years with these seats. And honestly, I have no complaints. I just noticed taking one out that we ripped it ever so slightly. That is literally the only imperfection I can find on these seats.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say there was a rip in like the red leather part.
No, these seats.
That's just the stitching.
Matter of fact, I'm actually going to do an update on the seat. Yeah, a full review. But I can tell you, these are 3 years old. I have been beating on these. Mm-hmm. They've been wet. They've been in snow. They've been through everything. But I can promise you, the reason they look like this, the covers. We got 4 covers when we got these seats. And honestly, they're not here now, which is a bad representation. But normally, you can vouch for me, they are on these damn seats all the time. If I'm trailering, if it's sitting still and in the sun, for sure. If it's raining, I haven't had a wet butt in I don't know how long. Every time I'm out of the seat, I put the cover on, and that's why they're still bright red. The harnesses you can see are dirty, but everything else about the seats, other than literally one imperfection that's 3/4 of an inch,
we're going to clean them shortly, and we'll do a video on that and what that looks like, because they're not terrible, but
They can see they're dirty.
They can use a little bit of a cleaning, and they're suede, so we'll show what that looks like, and then I'll try to get the harnesses clean, and we'll show what that looks like.
Sweet.
And maybe we will get new seats for the JK instead.
The JK.
What do you think?
It's already getting new suspension.
Oh my gosh, I know. Why not new seats then?
Maybe.
Let's take the back seat out of the JK and put those in the back of mine. Make it not a bench.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I think that would be cool.
PRP, let's do that. Let's put the two.
Put these two in the back of the JK, and then I'll get new seats for the front.
Come on, PRP.
Done deal.
I think it'd be cool. Hit me, baby, one more time.
You've been like really
Mouthy behind the camera.
Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and out lately.
It's the radio and the clothes at Target.
She forgets how old she is. Anyways, so that's pretty much what we're doing the Jeep. Like I said, I still got to figure out what we're doing front fenders. I've been going back and forth on that one for a long time. I think I've showed you, I don't know, too many pictures of that currently, so I need to make a decision there. Rear fenders are the same way. It's kind of a big appearance thing. Honestly, putting them in, it's not really either way is that much harder. And then I can figure out what I'm gonna do with the hood. But if you guys wanna help me a little bit with the comments below, maybe it'll sway me either way, but that's what's happening in the Jeep. And anything else, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Like, let's do that. And we're not far away, so let's get working.
If you haven't got your tickets for Trail Hero for 2023, go to the Trail Hero website and use our code Converse 2023 to get 10% off.
Woo! All right, nice.